Hey everyone, Ryan here, and welcome back to another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate video. Guys, as of today, we have less than 1 month until the game is released, so show some love and smash that subscribe button for more videos like this one as we prepare together for the release of this amazing, groundbreaking game. This game is truly nothing like we've seen before, and we'll be talking about it for years and decades to come. So, I'm going to be honest with you all from the start. You know I'm a huge Shantae supporter, and I always will be. And while I think there's still a chance she could be a DLC fighter in this game, I also think her chances, at least in the first pack of DLC, are pretty slim. Definitely not impossible, but pretty slim. And I'm basing this mostly on the tweets we've seen from both Matt Bozon and WayForward, and most recently, Mr. Sakurai himself, and we'll talk about all of these in this video. That being said, I also think it's very likely that this is not the only DLC we will see from this game. Ultimate is being released early in the Switch's life cycle, and even if it's all done by February 2020, as originally stated in the Smash Direct, and Mr. Sakurai takes a well-deserved break after that, the Switch would not be going anywhere for the next couple years, and I think Nintendo, as a titan in the gaming industry, is going to want to milk this game as much as possible, and I think a second season of DLC is just a smart business decision. $25 for 5 fighter stages and music, plus amiibo sales for each new fighter? Heck yeah, they should make more. They put so much energy into this game, why not get as much money as possible for it? They honestly deserve it for this game. Okay, now, with that out of the way, take out your magnifying glasses, because I'm going to be analyzing these tweets. So, I'm sure that you know that Mr. Sakurai himself recently tweeted out some interesting information, and I want to sit down and analyze it. Now, first things first, these are 2 of his only tweets ever written entirely in English, which I don't think is a coincidence here. The last English tweet I could find was way back in June of 2015 when Ryu was announced as DLC for Smash 4. So I think he's targeting a certain specific audience with these 2 tweets. Well, let's start with the second tweet because it's very clear what he's saying. It's great to dream about your favorite character joining the battle, and I appreciate your passion, but please try to stay on topic when replying to tweets, and refrain from flooding us and other users with requests when we're not specifically asking for feedback. Thank you. So, yeah, this is pretty cut and dry. Notice though how he doesn't just say messaging him and replying to his tweets, but also even other users. This man is no doubt exhausted, and he's tired of people asking him for certain characters. Unless he asks in the way of another Smash ballot, Mr. Sakurai himself is politely pleading us to stop sending him requests, so I hope the Smash fanbase as a whole can honor that. But the more interesting tweet here is the first one, because it leaves some room for us for speculation. And while Mr. Sakurai asked us to stop sending him requests, he didn't say we should stop speculating altogether, which I think he actually enjoys. So I'm going to say now, this is the time to put on your purple, half-genie hair tinfoil hats. Here we go. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's DLC lineup is now complete. This time, the selection was made entirely by Nintendo. I decide if we can create a fighter based on their selection, then come up with the plan. So, this time, which implies as opposed to every other time, Nintendo, as a company, made the decision for DLC fighters. And then Mr. Sakurai goes through their choices, picked apparently 5 of them that he thought would work best as a fighter, and then came up with their plan. As I've detailed in previous videos, he sort of makes a PowerPoint presentation and presents concepts to his team. Now, as long as Mr. Sakurai and his team at Sword Limited have been making the decisions and the selections for fighters, Shantae hasn't been playable in the game. And we know Nintendo as a company respects Shantae quite a bit. She was featured on the cover of the penultimate Nintendo Power. She's been featured as the mascot on the 3DS's Indies icon in the eShop, and on the Nintendo website in the Nindies section. Shantae hasn't had history with Sakurai, but she's had history with Nintendo. So particularly, if she has any future outings headed to the Switch, it would be wise to give her a bigger role in this game. Also, don't forget, Shovel Knight and Shantae are the only indie characters so far to have any presence in the game at all, assist trophy, spirit, or otherwise, so that's pretty cool in and of itself. Now also, I want to remind you about Smash 4's DLC and how that process worked. So every third-party character, like Ryu here, was $5.99 per game, and came with a stage and music. So that's identical to what's being offered in Ultimate if you buy them individually. In contrast, the first-party characters, like Roy, were only $3.99 per character, and they did not come with either a stage or music. And yes, I know that all the first-party DLC, besides Corrin, were returning veterans, but it seems to me, in my best estimation, that most of these new DLC fighters in Smash Ultimate will be third-party characters. Also, thinking from a business perspective, it's much easier to share revenue with the IP's owner when dealing with individual DLC purchases. So to me, with the similarity in pricing, with the stage and music bundle, I think most of them will be third-party characters, maybe with one or two first-party characters to advertise upcoming or new Nintendo games. Alright, and next, my buddy Matt Bozon. So, Matt also tweeted recently about wanting to support Shantae for Smash DLC. Now, I don't have the original deleted tweet, but his hashtag was something like Shantae for 4 out of the 5 DLCs, or something like that. Which proves that Matt had no idea how this DLC works, because it seemed like he thought Piranha Plant would be taking one of those 5 spots, so he obviously was not in the know. He probably was asked about using Shantae in the game at some point, but had no clue as to what her representation would be, or at least he was eventually told that she was a spirit, which was until very recently classified information, hence why he was under a non-disclosure agreement and never answered any of our Smash-related questions. So, yeah, I thought Matt was pretty out of the loop with the whole DLC process, and then he went ahead and deleted that tweet and published this new one here in its place. He said, "Hi all, I removed my previous tweet since the jokey 4 out of 5 hashtag was confusing to a lot of folks. Please keep showing your amazing fan support by using the usual and more effective hashtags. Thank you." So, yeah, of course the new one doesn't even mention Smash at all. Of course, that's what the tweet is about, obviously, but he doesn't mention it by name in this post or in the comments. He doesn't even use the hashtag, although he does recognize one of the particularly popular hashtags, which I will use in this video, Shantae for Smash DLC, and I definitely suggest using that in the comments and on Twitter, but he doesn't address direct questions about Shantae's chances for DLC, other than to just show our support. WayForward, why do you tease us so? Well, next, we have this first ever WayForward Spotlight post on Twitter, and basically it seems like it's going to be this sort of new spotlight every so often, and I'm thinking this is a smart business decision, trying to make the most out of the increased spotlight on Shantae now that she was featured in that Smash Direct, which has gotten well over 3 million hits. Now lastly, I wanted to point out this Smash-related fan art posted on Twitter way back in August when I first started making Shantae videos. And I think it's funny how Matt Bozon just now commented on this after the Spirit news. So notice how August 22nd was the original day, And now, November 5th, gasp, I missed this somehow, but it's awesome, nice work. So, he's acting like, he missed it all that time, and somehow he just saw it now. Very sneaky, Matt. Very sneaky. So, in summary, I think her chances are slim for these first 5 DLC spots, based on what we're seeing here, but significantly better if they end up announcing more DLC later, especially if Nintendo's at the helm, because their history with Shantae, their business decisions for promoting someone that's a big Nindies character, definitely I think bodes well for her in terms of who's making those fighter selections in the first place. Well, what do you make of all this? I know it's a lot of information, a lot of things to think about, and as always, I love to speculate. So let me know in the comments down below, what are your thoughts on all of this? As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. Again, comment below so I know what you're thinking, and we'll see you all in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.